Italian Football Podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Questions from the Italian Football Podcast patrons, where you, our patrons, decide what the show is about by simply sending in your questions via DM on Patreon. I'm joined as always by Carlo Garganese. So let's start with the first question, which has been sent in from Gio Leali. He says, will Inter rest their whole team against Kairat Almaty, or do you think all the Italian team and do you think all the Italian teams will qualify from the league phase? Let's start with the preview then, shall we?
Yeah, so Inter versus Kairat Almaty, Champions League match day for Wednesday, the 5th of November, 2100 CET at San Siro. And Inter go into this game with 3 games in a row. Stop it, Nima. Three wins in a row. And team news for Inter. I'm not even going to acknowledge what Nima's doing.
I'm sorry, but I don't mean to, but you just say it's so funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love this. I love these moments you have. They are the best. They literally just
read it out the type. I mean, so you laugh at me saying 2100 CET, right? You don't laugh at like these 18-year-old, 20-year-old kids who literally cannot read the clock. They cannot read a clock. Well, they can only read digital time.
No, I'm not criticizing you. I just think it's really funny the way you say it. You literally say it like Montgomery.
How do you say it then? How do you suppose it's the correct way of saying it?
9 o'clock, 9 p.m.
No, but how do you say the 24-hour clock? How do you say it?
I would never use the 24-hour clock.
Well, people do use the 24-hour clock, you know.
Yeah, or 2100 or 2130 or something like that. I don't know.
Exactly.
Do you say 2130?
Yeah, so how would you say 2100? How would you say 9 o'clock?
I wouldn't say 2100. I'd say 9 o'clock.
If you were to use the 24-hour clock,
I don't know.
2100, no?
Well, in Sweden, we say like, if it's like that, in Sweden, we say 2100, like 2100. Like that's how you say it in Sweden. But I just think it's hilarious with 2100 hours. Do like that as well. And I'll be sorry. I'm not making fun of it. It's just
you look at my hand. Everyone look at my hand. Look at my left hand, right? That's normal.
What have you done?
Straight. That's my left hand. That's normal. My right hand, I literally can't. I can't stretch it out.
What have you done?
It's from I had a fight when I was like in my mid-20s. I cut open.
Who did you fight? What happened to your?
I cut open all my hand here.
Ouch!
And I had to have.
This is brilliant to listen to, by the way. Carlo's showing an injury he had,
right? And so since then, basically, my hand never fully recovered, and I can't straighten my hand. So,
yeah, I
look at that.
How did you do? Yeah.
So if
people listening to this, now people listening to this, Carlo's showing an injury from a fight I assume he had in Bedford in his 20s.
Yes,
which sounds like the most amazing Bedford story ever. But I think we shouldn't say that. But that looks like a serious injury, man. Like seriously.
Yeah. It's okay. I cannot.
How long was your hand incapacitated for?
It was. I can't remember. Like it was. I had to get it stitched.
That's a surgery, isn't it?
3 weeks. No, I never had surgery. They stitched it up. I had to take penicillin, and then when they took the stitches out, it never fully recovered. And you can see, you might be able to. I don't know if you can see anything. You can see this line. It's kind of like sticking out, But it just looked. I just looked a bit deformed with this hand now. Like so sometimes,
I thought it was like an accident you had at the bakery or something.
Sometimes when I wave to people, like it looks really weird. I look kind of like
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
it doesn't really affect me. It just looks a bit strange.
No. Yeah. But anyway, basically the joke of that was you doing.
Yeah. So basically, the point is, I can't really do it.
No.
Yeah. Got alien hands.
Brilliant.
Anyway, get back to the football. Yes. So team news for Inter is Thuram should be back on the bench, I believe. Mkhitaryan is out. Palacios is out. Di Gennaro is out. Darmian is out. What do you think? What's the probable 11 going to be, Nima? Are they going to rest players or half and half again?
Yeah, the thing is, what we've understood. I mean, if previous behavior is any indication of future behavior, Kivu doesn't rotate like Inzaghi at all. He does 4-5 players, maybe 6, but he doesn't go beyond that. It's always between 4 to 6. So I don't think Josep Martinez will start because of he's not. I still, even though he feels better, he's not in a condition to start. I don't expect him to play until the autopsy of the tragic accident has been fully, done, and he knows if he's going to be indicted or not. And also, I don't think he's mentally himself in a place where, when you're in that kind of an accident, I think, it takes some time for you to recover mentally as well. So I don't expect him to start. But I do expect Jan Sommer in goal. I think Dimarco will start because he didn't start against Hellas. I expect to see Acerbi.
Dumfries as well.
Yeah, Dumfries as well. I expect Acerbi and De Vrij to start. Maybe Acerbi as the left centre-back and De Vrij as the centre-back. And Bisek as the right centre-back, perhaps. I expect Barella to start. I expect...
Fratesi. Surely get a run out.
Yeah, he should probably start. Fratesi, Barella, and I think Zielinski as well. Sucic or Zielinski, one of the two. And I think up front, I think Thuram might start actually this game. And Esposito. Really? Yeah. I think Esposito and Thuram. Or Lautaro and Thuram. One of those.
So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Bonnie rested. Yeah.
I think Bonnie will be rested. Yeah.
The odds are insane for this game. So it's a 1-33, which basically means you have to put £33 on to win £1 for Inter to win. And the Kairat Almaty are 25-1, and the draw is 16-1. Prediction: I'm gonna go big win Inter. I think 4-0. I'm gonna go 4-0 Inter.
It's at the San Siro. I expect Inter to walk this game. I really do. This is the last game of these 4 simple ones in the Champions League that are must-win games in order to be in a good position to go through. After that, the Champions League begins for Inter. This is the preliminary stage for Inter. Just like in the league, they have Lazio and Milan and so on. They've got some really tough games coming up. So I expect Inter to kind of walk this game, to be honest. And we should remember, if I'm not mistaken, Inter got Lazio on the weekend before the international break, don't they?
Yes, they do. They play Lazio at home. And then they got Milan straight after the break. The Milan derby straight after the international break. Yeah.
So I do kind of expect... I do kind of expect them to rotate quite a bit, but I also expect them to.
But they'll also want to rack up the goal difference as well, because it could easily come down to that to finish in that top 8. I expect Inter to finish in the top 8 now, because they'll have 12 points from 4 games with a healthy goal difference. The goal difference is already healthy; it's already on 9. Get a big win here, 12 points, big goal difference. Looking good. 16 points takes you through. So that's 4 points needed from 4 games. One of those is Borussia Dortmund. So I think Inter 2 years in a row, I think they're going to get in the top 8 again. And that will be important also for the Scudetto race, because Napoli, if they do qualify, and they've got a battle to qualify, are not going to finish in the top 8. So that's an advantage. Napoli already are going to have to really sweat it out and play every single one of these 8 games. It's going to take more out of them, while Inter will be able to probably take it easy some of these last games, and have 2 less games in the knockouts. So I think Inter are in a good position. As for the other Serie A fixtures, Juventus play Sporting on Tuesday, and Napoli play Eintracht Frankfurt on Tuesday. These are 2 must-win games. Juventus have 3 points from 3 games. Napoli have 2 points from... No, sorry. Other way around. Juventus have 2 points from 3 games. Napoli have 3 points from 3 games. These are must-win matches. If either team fails to win, they are in big, big trouble, big risk of getting eliminated, full stop, if they don't win.
Which would be a disaster, really. come on. You know, like it's
Napoli have Frankfurt at home and Karabag at home. Their next two matches, they have to win both of those two matches. It's simple as that, because then after that they've got Benfica away. They have Chelsea at home on the last game, and they've got another game in between. I think it's Copenhagen away. So they have to win these two matches, whereas Juventus have played their harder games in the group, but they only have 2 points. They got Sporting and they got Bodo Glimt away. So they have to also win these next two matches, because they're two of their winnable games. And then they got Paphos at home, which they'll be expected to win. They have to be in position. Yeah.
Eintracht Frankfurt have scored 22 goals in 9 matches, but they've conceded 19 in Bundesliga. I mean, there are goals to get if you know that for Napoli to go against. They
Champions League as well. Yeah, they lost 5-1 at home to Liverpool. Yeah, there's goals and there's definitely
goals in them. They're not. If
Napoli are struggling to score against them as well, then we know there's an issue. But yeah, must win games, and then Atalanta away to Marseille. Atalanta let themselves down in the last game, didn't they? They only got a draw at home, but they're on 4 points, so they're kind of on schedule. But you know, they've got Marseille and Frankfurt away the next 2 games. They're winnable games, but they're also games you can easily lose. You know, Marseille's a very difficult place to go.
Very.
So again, Atalanta play Chelsea as well at home. And then they play Athletic at home, and then they play Union SG away, which is a pretty decent game to finish on. But yeah, Atalanta they're in a position that they can qualify, but again, they have to be careful, because they lose this 4 points from 4 games to go. You need 6 points to qualify. You know, Chelsea's one of those. This is, I think, Inter are fine to qualify. It's whether they get in the top 8. The other 3 are in a position where these next 2 games, I think, are going to be vital for their progress. So to answer the question, can all 3 teams go through? I think if Tudor was still at Juventus, I would say now, I don't think Juventus is going to qualify. But obviously with the new manager, that gives them more hope. Napoli, I think surely they have to qualify. They have to. They surely have to qualify. Like I cannot even imagine another Antonio Conte failure. So I feel like they surely can't mess this one up as well. Yeah. So I want to try and be positive and say, yeah, I think all 3 will go through.
I hope so. I really hope so, and I hope that Napoli gets through. I just think his comments that I'm reading right now about the Serie A being stressful is interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you can't have excuses after the transfer market that you've had. You can't. You can. The one thing that he can say is he can say we've been unlucky with injuries, but then it comes down to, is it bad luck? Or is it something that the club and yourself are doing wrong in the training, in the medical management of the conditioning, of the nutrition, of are you training the players too hard? Are you rotating well enough? Like all the questions that we've always asked of Antonio Conte. It's very difficult from the outside when we're not there. We're not seeing things day by day to answer that question. But we can certainly see that there's a trend there, and that something is causing it. So other than that, I don't think you can worry. It's like Arne Slot. Did you see Arne Slot last week? He was. Did you see
the nerve? Like,
did you say how much have they spent this summer?
For real?
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I just thought, really? You spent what, 500 million or whatever it is, and you're saying that.
But how much was it net? I think the net is also really important. Now, they didn't spend
the net's important,
million.
but they spent like around 500 or something stupid, like 500 million or whatever it was. And he's saying that they basically the transfer market they didn't do enough in the transfer market or whatever. It's just like, really, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, at least Conte's a little bit more tactful with his moaning. You know, Conte would say, we've bought too many players all of a sudden, like he did this last week when he said they'd bought 9 players and there were too many of them.
Yeah, and if they didn't buy anybody, he would say that they don't have the squad. It'd be rightful to say.
Non ci sono tanti soldini. Non ci sono tanti soldini. As he said when he was at Inter.
Yeah.
Non ci sono tanti soldini. He's hilarious, but he's funnier. Slot is just shameless. Like when you spent $500 million, I'm not saying net spent, but actual. But
spends $500 million and he still locks up in Federico Chiesa in his dungeon.
I'm not a big fan of this of Arne Slot, and I'm not a big fan of this Liverpool side. I think the reason they won last season was because their important players had the experience required, and they were decisive late on when the quality matches, when the quality shows, the individual quality shows. I think that was Jurgen Klopp's team, really. And I think that Arsenal fluffed last season, to be honest. To me, they were the best team in the Premier League, and they should have won the Premier League, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
It looks like they're going to walk it this year, Arsenal.
Well, they should. I mean, for heaven's sake.
I just don't see anybody else consistent enough in the Premier League to win it this year. The only one that may be Man City if they can go on a run, but I still see weaknesses in that City team. I just think Arsenal will be consistent.
Yeah, we're on the same. We're on the same.
3 goals conceded this season so far, which is mad.
No, I agree with you. But so yeah. I mean, I hope all 3 win. I think Napoli, that will be a high-scoring game. I hope the Spalletti new manager bounce continues against Sporting, and I hope that Juric can do something against Marseille, because I just don't want him to get sacked this early on. I think it would be so unfair. And we want all the Italian teams through, don't we? So
of course.
Right, to all people listening and watching this on YouTube or listening to this on various podcast platforms who aren't signed up to the Italian Football Podcast, this is a preview of the Q&A show, which we have every week, and Carlo's laughing for reasons I don't know.
Because you call me, Mr. Burns, all people, like, what, non-people?
Well, they are people. Are they not people? What are they? Are they animals? Like, what do you mean?
No, that's what I mean. Like, all people. Like, to everyone listening.
Should I call them then?
People. It's just the way you said it. It's all people.
All Homo sapiens. Like, what do you want me to say?
It's the way the emphasis on people.
Like everyone.
There's non-people listening to this show.
Well, yeah. Well, to everyone listening to this who is not a patron or a YouTube member, if you're listening to this on the various podcast platforms, or if you're watching this on YouTube, this is the weekly Q&A show where we answer the questions sent in from our members on YouTube or patrons on Patreon. If you want to send in a question and get this show in full immediately when it's published, then go to patreon.com/TIFP and sign up, or YouTube membership. YouTube memberships are $5.99 a month. Patreon is $3.99 a month. And there's also annual options where you get 20% off if you sign up on Patreon if you want to listen